Hello lords and ladies, welcome to another Manor Lords tips and tricks video. Today I want to talk about how you can make your villages look more effective, more organic, and a bit more natural for the era and time period that the game is set in. So let's jump into it. One thing I'd like to talk about is how to make your burgage plots look a bit less uniform and a bit more natural and flowing compared to everything else. What I like to do personally is I like to not put vegetable gardens in the back of every single garden, or have the same thing in the back of every single burgage plot. As you can see here, I've got a vegetable garden, then I've got an empty burgage, and then I've also got a vegetable garden on the other side. By doing that, what I'm able to do is I'm able to break up the looks, having some trees in the middle from when I originally placed them. The second thing I'd like to talk about is your market stalls. By putting the market in the middle of the town, it makes it look more organic. Here I've put my market here in the middle, and I've divided it in the middle by a road. That has allowed me to do two different plots for my market. On the left hand side I've put 5 stalls, and I've done them as a bunch with them all pointing outwards. So what that means is that I can, it just gives it a more organic look. And then on the right hand side I've just got a bit of a mishmash on the right, just to give it a bit more of a chaotic feel. On the outside, I've also put in the inn, or the tavern, just outside of the market, but it's still central, because that is a King's Road. That is where most of my travellers are going to come through. Most of them will come into the middle of my village. The third thing that I do to make my village look a bit more natural is I put buildings in backwards. When I say I put them in backwards, I turn the plots around. That way the homestead is in the back corner, instead of it all being in the same corner for every single one. It's just such a small effect that has such a big difference. Another effect that I like to do for my villages is I like to put little hamlets off to the left, off to the sides, just near the border. It's such a small effect, but it adds so much detail to your village. By putting just a few houses, a storage shed, a granary, a woodcutter, just a couple of little things on the borders away from your village just makes such a big difference. When you're looking at it from above, you really notice those small details. Another thing that makes a huge difference to your village is having your farm setup done right. By putting your roads in first and then filling in your roads later with the farm fields, it makes such a big difference. And having smaller farms as well means you can have different crops, and by just having that mishmash of crops makes a big difference to the visuals of your farm. By having a windmill in the middle as well, it makes a big difference visually, and it's a bit more pleasing. It breaks it up a little bit more as well. I hope these tips and tricks have helped you guys design a better village, and make it feel more organic and natural in the way that you've developed your village. If you guys have found my tips useful and helpful, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down below if you like some of my tips, or with you even some of your own tips as well, or if there's some things that you would change in my village. I like to hear all your feedback. This is Slash signing off. Take it easy, guys.